If you have issues with noisy audio coming out of your computer, this video may be for you. I have an inexpensive and easy solution to that problem. Here's what I recently experienced. I found that the audio that was coming out of my computer had a little bit of a buzzy, raspy background noise happening. Normally I wouldn't hear it if I was playing back music or a video, but if the computer wasn't playing any audio and I turned up the volume on the speakers a little bit, I could hear this buzzing, hissy background noise. And it just seemed a bit excessive to me. Now, I know that every piece of audio equipment is going to have some low-level background noise. That's just physics. But in this case, I guesstimate that it was probably at 50 or 60 dB down below program. Not enough to be really annoying, but enough to be noticeable, especially when nothing was playing. And it seemed to me the system just should be a little better than that. And now, my situation is that I have a computer that is connected to a audio interface box, like this Focusrite box. The one I'm using is actually a newer version. This is just a prop, but you get the idea. And so USB comes from the computer into this interface box, and then the interface box is connected to a receiver or powered speakers that play back the audio. And so I start doing a Google search for why am I getting buzzy background noise out of a Focusrite interface. And I got a bunch of advice on the internet from folks saying, well, this is an inexpensive consumer device and there are better interface boxes out there. You should upgrade to a sound devices interface. Well, I'm sure a sound devices interface is a great piece of gear, but it's also about $1,100. Some people were suggesting upgrading to an Audient or the Steinberg interfaces. Those get good reviews. And I'm sure that's all good equipment. But it occurred to me that there's nothing wrong with the Focusrite box. It posts some pretty darn impressive performance numbers. It really should be pretty good. I don't think this issue has anything to do with my audio interface. And I don't think it's a deficiency at all in the Focusrite audio interface. I think this issue could happen with any interface I had on the computer. What I believe the issue is the ground bus of the computer tends to be pretty noisy. Computers are electrically noisy. They've got a whole bunch of transistors in them switching all the time, and that switching noise gets imparted into the computer's ground. And that ground gets carried through the interface box over to your audio system, and that noisy switching activity happening on the ground bus gets carried into your audio, and you hear it as background buzz and static and hum noise. And so the cure is to disconnect the ground between your computer system and your audio system. And you can do this with a USB ground buster. This is a little dongle type device that you plug into the USB line between the computer and your audio interface, and it passes the USB signal through it, but it does not make a physical ground connection between your computer and the audio interface. And it can also supply a clean 5-volt power into your audio interface rather than relying upon your computer to do that. That's probably a good solution. But it's also about a $50 solution, which is a third of the cost of the audio interface, and more importantly, I don't have one. But something that I dug around and discovered that I did have was one of these, right here. This is a Boss brand audio transformer. It's really inexpensive. Sometimes they're used in car audio. And it passes audio signal through it, but it's a transformer, so it has no hard physical connection between the grounds on either side. So it allows you to isolate different pieces of audio gear. So I just simply put this transformer on the output of the audio interface box, and the other side of the transformer goes off to the audio system, thereby disconnecting any physical ground connection between those pieces of equipment, but it still passes the audio through it. And this seems to be a perfect solution for less than half of the price of one of those USB ground busters. Now, there are some rarefied audiophiles who would say that running your audio through a transformer is going to have a deleterious impact upon the sound quality. That may be true, but to my ears, with some casual listening, some videos and music on my computer, to me, it sounds perfectly fine. I haven't had any issues at all, and it completely eliminated the buzzy background noise, leaving just a very, very low level of silky hiss way down low. And so, perfect solution for a fraction of the price. If you're interested in any of the products that I'd mentioned, please check the description of this video below, and I'll provide links where you can go grab one for yourself. If you enjoy this kind of content, if you find these videos interesting and informative, or at least entertaining, I hope that you choose to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure to click that bell icon so that you're notified when new content drops. Those simple actions help the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to have you catch another one soon on another upcoming video here on Sound Advice. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again soon.